Here we are back at Hard Rock Hell, RAMzine.co.uk. We're here with Alex from Testament. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. I'm very good. How about yourself?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Well, we'll cut straight to it. Dark Roots of Earth, new album, come out, absolutely fantastic reviews. There's a lot of variety on the music, so where was the inspiration for those songs? Where did that sort of come from?
Well, this album was the follow-up to our previous album called The Formation of Damnation. And the previous album was Testament's first album in 9 years. I do a lot of other genres of music, so I was away from the band for that whole time and a few more years. So the Formation of Damnation was really like this current lineup doing an album today and kind of proving ourselves, proving that not only do we still have it, but yeah, we have something new to say. And I think in order to get that across, we had a lot of very, not that everything sounded the same or repetitive, but we stayed away from slower tempos, stayed away from power ballads and stuff like that. This album, I think because we were following that album, we'd already proven we could be as fast as anybody else. We still have some fast parts, but we felt the freedom to experiment, to try just to throw in a few other tempos, and the response has been great. Nobody seems to feel that the album lacks heaviness in any way. I think it just has more depth and more variety, which is a good thing.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, you've brought Gene Hoglan's come back into the fold. Previously played with you in the 90s. I mean, what's he sort of brought to the table in terms of sort of musical skill?
Well, Gene Hoglan is a very unique musician. Has his own style of drums, and he's going to definitely impact any music you have. We didn't plan on it originally. Originally, we planned on using Paul, who was on the Formation of Damnation, but for whatever reason, he wasn't able to do the album, and we got Gene, and it actually really ended up giving the album a lot of its character. And he's great to work with. He's a very diverse musician, and we're so excited to be working with him.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, another part about the album that sort of it caught my ear was the cover songs that you've got on there. I mean, there's Animal Magnetism, Dragon Attack, and Power Slave. I mean, you say obviously you're all fans of metal and all types of music. So why was it you decided to sort of put cover songs on there? Is it sort of more of a variety thing again?
Well, I think Scorpions and Iron Maiden are obviously influences on the band. It wouldn't make sense to cover songs that are influences too close to our genre. But we knew that if we did Iron Maiden and Scorpions, it's not going to sound like those bands. Yeah. It's going to sound very different.
Like Testament's version of that.
Yeah. Our vocal style, is very different from that. If we were to cover a Slayer or Motorhead tune, it might not be that different because the vocals are more in the same league. But it just made sense. And then we wanted to do at least one song from a completely different genre of music. And Queen is kind of like an honorary metal band. Yeah. Like Pink Floyd.
I mean, everybody likes Queen.
Yeah, everybody likes Queen. Everybody likes Pink Floyd, and even AC/DC.
Yeah.
All those bands have influenced groups across different genres. Yeah. And this Queen tune has this great riff from Dragon Attack, and Brian May's a huge inspiration. I've always admired him not just as a guitarist, but just the total anti rock star. Yeah. The guy becomes a professor,
degree in astronomy. Or something.
Yeah, astrophysics. He's head of this university in Liverpool. Yeah. So he's chancellor. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He's branching out from music.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like going on from Dark Roots of Earth. I mean, in the sort of the past year, like yourselves, Megadeth released 13, Anthrax released Worship Music, and all of these albums were just such high quality and they were all really well received. So is this sort of the second coming of sort of thrash metal in sort of the world music scene?
It could be. I mean, I'm personally glad to see that, for the most part, that there is quality happening. We've all seen it happen. With a lot of bands where they do material a decade or two after they first started, and there's just something missing, and it's just the fans pretend to like it. Yeah, it's good, but you just know it's not quite what it was, and I think a lot of us in this genre just have that desire to just do music that is exciting. Nobody has to pretend they like it. This is, it's got to be. I mean, I think it's, you're such. Even though it's hard to do this for a living, at this point everybody knows it's not, it's not all luxury, right? Yeah, it's far from it. Still, if you can do this for a living, it's a big privilege. And I just think, you owe it to your fans to do something. You shouldn't be doing it if you're not going to be inspired enough to do, music that excites you, challenge, and excites your audience.
Yeah. Well, that's brilliant. It sort of keeps you down to earth with like sort of the values that obviously you guys had when you were starting the band. It's like kind of that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, I mean we're all listeners as well as performers. So we've all been disappointed as listeners, and I think that affects you as a performer because you just say to yourself, I don't want to make our listeners feel like I felt when I bought, insert album by insert band.
Well done. And sort of, really, like coming from that, it's like, which bands have you seen recently, like new bands that excite you, that you think sort of maybe sort of headlining these sort of festivals in about 20 years' time?
Oh well, at this point, I don't know if they're new bands, but Gojira I think is a great new band, doing some different stuff. Lamb of God's been around for a while. I just saw them in New York, and Randy, the singer's a good friend of mine. It was great. The show was just really great. I like the band Dillinger Escape Plan. It's a very unusual band, and not everybody in my band, for example, gets them.
So like quite proggy metal, Dillinger, aren't they?
Yeah, but they do. It really excites me, and that's I like that they're doing something for outside the norm, that for people that look for something really different. So
it's brilliant. And finally, sort of what are the sort of plans for 2013? Any chance we'll get you back in the UK anytime soon?
Oh, for sure. I know we've already been booked in Europe in March. So I think it's likely we'll hit the UK then. If not, then the next time we come overseas. Because I was saying in an interview earlier, the UK is one of our main markets now, and it's great because it took us a while to hit in the UK. Somehow we were very underground for the first. We had some great fans, very loyal, but outside of London, where we would always go, we just never seemed to catch on enough in the rest of the UK to come, and do regular tours. But now we don't miss it, and we just played, up in Scotland and then in the north in Wolverhampton, and and it's just been great.
That's brilliant. Well, Alex, thank you very much for your time today, sir. We'll see you down the front at your show.
Sounds good. I'll see you there.